All right, here he is.
And when I describe bounce music to people, it's a New Orleans-based music, a subgenre of hip hop. It's up tempo, it's heavy bass, it's call and response type music. It has a lot to deal with ass shaking and moving body parts. It's a fun music. You know, if you put on a bounce song, you're definitely gonna see some twerking. So anytime you see some ass shaking, you know it has something to deal with bounce in it.
So, okay, let's talk about your favorite musicians. Who are some of the people who you listened to and learned from and kind of took something from to become the person you are musically?
Oh, I mean, so that we will start probably with gospel on that. I mean, everybody from John P. Key, Timothy Wright, the Winans. Um, oh my God, it's so many greats out there who I have. Kurt Franklin and the Family, Yolanda Adams. I've listened to so many greats growing up, you know, and Michael Jackson, Prince, Sylvester, RuPaul, Patti LaBelle, Dionne Warwick, Gladys Knight, Amazing Frankie Beverly. I mean, I just love music, and so I've listened to so many, you know, people and different artists that inspired my life. But when I was small, I stayed into the gospel heavy, and I had so many people. I can just it was a list. I have a playlist like crazy of all type of different gospel artists. Raymond Miles, so many that I wanted to be like and wanted that to sound like. So I just say everybody played a little part. You know, a lot of great musicians.
I'm glad you said Sylvester because I definitely see that similarity before you even said his name.
A lot of people say that about me.
Yeah. Well, what do you see it for yourself?
I mean, I see it. I think I see it, but in for a different generation. You understand? You know, like everything I feel comes back around in a different form and in a different way. And we do have a lot of similarities and pushing for kind of the same things and pushing the same boundaries. So yeah, I do see it. You know, because once my uncle introduced me to, you know, all of Sylvester's music, and he gave me a few of his records and stuff. And he was like, "This is who you remind me of." And, you know, so we always talked about music and what he did and what some of the greats did. And my uncle was big on music. He liked it all type of music, from black to white to country to house music. The man was a genius when it came to records. He would pull out a record and say, "Oh, I got that too," you know. So I always was musically inclined with somebody around me or another.
Prince is an interesting, valuable influence, I guess, for you. I mean, in that he too was very present and conscious in terms of pulling the best from both genders and
Yeah,
being unapologetic about it.
yes, he was out there. I love it.
Was Tell me some of
Little
your
Richard as well. You know, Little Richard, another one. You know, that just didn't give a shit about, you know, what nobody said. He would speak what was on his mind. He was unapologetic about living his truth and doing the music that he enjoyed. And, you know, that's what it's about. And I just want to continue to make great music, be me, you know, help make change in the world, bring peace and love and light and good energy and vibes, because that's what I'm about. You know, I don't like drama and bullshit as people around me.
right. I mean, yeah, yeah. People talk about Prince, they talk about Jimi Hendrix and James Brown, but he's really the son of Little Richard more
Yes,
than those people. And you put
yes,
the
he
two of
is.
them side by side, like, yo, that he's doing Little Richard.
Yes, yes. Little Richard said it.
You didn't say any rappers. I know you love hip hop. Who are some of your
Oh yeah, Jay-Z, Biggie, Tupac. I mean, I there's all of the greats. I mean, I love T.I., I love Cheesy, I mean, there's so many rappers I love too. I love some of the new generation rappers. I love the baby, Lil Baby. uh, there's a lot of them out there. But yeah, I'm inspired by quite a few people, and definitely the great legends, Jay Z, Tupac, Biggie, Run DMC, all of that, Salt and Pepper, all of those growing up. That was the stuff we were listening to, that we were on.
What is the church that you spent most of your time in? What was the denomination?
Baptist,
Okay, and what
good old Baptist.
what is the church?
The name of it is Pressing On with Baptist Church.
Pressing on with Baptist Church.
Pressing Onward.
Pressing onward.
Yeah.
Where is it? You still go?
No, I don't. It's uptown on Danielle Street, like right around the corner from my old house where I grew up at, off of Josephine.
So was it one of those like loud singing like musical churches?
Oh, of course. I mean, I was the choir director at one of them, at least, and my godmother was the head choir director. And music was definitely a big part of the church. Like, we had a big youth choir, we had a senior choir, and we had a mass choir. So music was definitely a big part of the church. You could hear the music down the street when you're in the block. Yeah, good pastoring and good sermons going down. Bible study, all of that. It was a great growing up experience. It was our safe haven. It was we had fun times. We did drives and food, feed the hungry each weekend, something that I started as a young kid around the church. We did a lot of different things for the community, and it felt great growing up at that church.
Some churches are accepting of gay folks, and
And
some
some are not. Yeah.
are not. So was your church accepting, or did they ever make
Yeah, most definitely. My church was accepting. The organist was gay, I was gay, and there was two other gay guys in the choir. So they were definitely accepting. We didn't have any issues. And when we did, like if the pastor decided he wanted to do a sermon on homosexuality, you know, if the shoe fit, wear it. But most of the time, if he did that, I would just step off the choir stand and just go in the back for the sermon, and then I will come back. I will feel offended, but the pastor has to talk about everything, and my godmother will reinforce that you are loved by God no matter what your sexual preference is. And I will go back on the choir stand and continue to sing my heart out and move on.
I mean, if God doesn't make any mistakes, then being gay is not a mistake.
Okay.
I mean, I know a lot of our favorite pastors are gay, or they like to do different things, and so I saw a lot of hypocrisy in the pastors who were like trying to wag their finger at us. And I'm sure Jesus would not have said this is one of the big problems.
Right. Most definitely.
So I know you talked about "Nice for What" before, because one of the big records in your career. It's a great song, and it wouldn't be what it is without you and your energy. Talk a little bit about getting on the record, but then also, like, come on, man, like, you're not in the video, man. Like, everybody's in that damn video, and I know you gotta be like, come on, man, like, how you not put me in a video? They got people who were not on the song in the video, and where's Freedia?
Well, things happen, and I'm not upset about the video at all. I'm just was grateful to be a part of the project and to get the phone call that Drake wanted to use me on the track. And what happened was the track was already done. The track just was missing something. I was the missing something. And once you put the missing something on it, they were ready to release. The video was already shot. So Yeah, everything was already done. It was like, maybe less than 48 hours once the song came out after I sent what we had to send. We sent what we sent, they did what they had to do, and then the song was out. But the video and all that was already done. So I wasn't tripping on none of that. I made it in the next video, so I wasn't worried about that. And now I'm in the new verse on No Ceilings 3. I'm the first line, Big Freedia. So I'm just grateful to still be, you know, a part of the movement and a part of great collaborations. And I'm honored for Drake even stepping up to do a song with a full gay guy who's out there in the public, and Drake being a heterosexual male, and we can still be friends and still be cool and still collaborate and make great music together. So I'm grateful.
I mean, that was a huge record. Do you see a marker in your career of like, okay, after that came out, like the people who knew me, the amount we could charge, the places that we could go perform, like
every time when I did the song with Beyonce, the price went up. When I did the song with Drake, the price went up. Yes, you ain't gotta tell a diva. I'm already on it. I called my manager, so I say, Reed, the price just went up again. He said, "You damn Skippy."
well, who did it go up more for, after Drake or after Beyonce?
About what and what?
What?
It just about what and what. The height just went up. We just went up.
I never heard that phrase before.
But I would say Drake, because Beyonce gave it that boom, and then Drake, that just gave it that official, oh yeah, it's official now.
Tell us about getting a call from Beyonce and what that was like.
Well, my publicist called and said that Beyonce wanted your number. I said, well, girl, why is you still on the phone? So she was falling out laughing just like that. And she said, well, I'm about to give them the number. So not knowing when Beyonce was going to call, I'm sitting by the phone nervous. I'm like, girl, she going to call today. She going to call tomorrow. She going to call in the middle of the night when I'm asleep. When she going to call? So she called maybe like an hour later, and then I answered. She was like, you know who this is? And I'm like, oh, yes, I've been waiting on this call. And so she said that she had a project and she wanted me to get on the project, and she wanted me to talk some New Orleans shit on the project. I said, oh, well, that's no problem at all. So they sent me a little snippet. The snippet was not long at all. It might have been 5 seconds, literally like 5 seconds. And it was like, that's
5 seconds of the record.
Yeah, just like the little intro, so that I can figure out what I'm going to say. So I took that 5 seconds, and my DJ, he looped it over and over and over for about 1:30 seconds to 2 minutes. And I went in the studio and I laid some vocals down, and I just talked some shit. I did not come to play. I didn't come to slay and all of that. We sent it back to them, and they was like, oh my God, this is perfect. Next thing I know, I'm at a parade going down the street at Endymion, the next year, and people are like, oh my God, I just heard you on the Beyonce track. And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't hear myself on the Beyonce track. Didn't know that it had made the project, but I was so excited. Like, I ran all the way to my car from the parade to go try to find it or whatever. And I called my manager. He doing the same thing, running 3 blocks from the parade, saying, you got to be lying. Holy shit. And so he running. We both gunning, trying to go hear the track. I finally hear it. I'm super excited. Everybody at the parade talking about they heard this Beyonce track. They love it. This is big. So it was all a shocker, from getting the phone call to getting the second phone call saying she loved it, to now it's out, and to people saying they love it, and then all of the interviews that came after it. It was just a wild trickle of things, one after another.
You really did take that record to another level, and that's one of her best records. But it would not be what it is without the prelude that you come in with, talking that shit and like laying down the vibe. I did not come to play.
Yeah.
Talk about just the thought and the vibe and the moment in the studio, like what you're trying to put down, and because you didn't even know the rest of the record, what the
I did.
vibe was.
But I just was thinking about Beyonce. You know, like this girl don't play. She slays everything she touches. What she do? You know, I just really was thinking about her and just like how she's been an impact in my life. You know, like I want to be slaying like her. Like Miss Thing don't play. You know, so I just was really thinking about the effect she have on people.
The effect that she has on people. So you
Hmm.
were trying to give her vibe back to her.
I was.
You sure did. You sure did.